Day
what do you
three is getting the pads on and kind of adding that physical part to all the mental stuff we've been doing the first couple days. And to be honest with you, really my focus these first 3 days is just kind of reinstalling our core values of the program, if you will. We got so many young guys, and just teaching them how to practice. We've been very successful around here, and one of the main reasons is how we practice. And so just a lot of little things that we just kind of going back and reteaching. And the guys have done a good job, especially the last 2 days. Especially once we kind of corrected some things off that first practice, and because it's so important that we create the right kind of habits on our practice field. And so that's been a big emphasis. But really pleased. I think we can be a good team. I don't know how good. We'll see. We got a long way to go, but I really, really love this team. I'm excited about just the attitude that I've seen so far. Just been doing this long enough. You kind of have certain instincts, and just seeing how they respond to coaching, and just their body language, and again, just the attitude that I've seen. I think this is going to be a football team that is really, really going to be a lot of fun to coach, and that's something I'm really excited about. I think the chemistry, the morale, the competition, all of those things are going to be really good as we continue to go through this process. But so far so good. Today was first day of pads, and we'll watch the tape and get a good evaluation. Every day counts, and tomorrow's another big day. Quick turnaround.
So you see them the same hunger in this team that got them to where they got last year?
Yeah, I just like I said, I think that not that last spring was bad, but we just didn't have the competition like we have this spring, and I think that's a big thing. And then just the coachability of these guys. We got this is a good group of young men that want to be coached, and when they're getting coached, I've been really pleased with how they've responded, their body language and so forth, and it's been really good. It's been a really good 3 days, and again, I think this is just, I told them that today, this is going to be one of those teams that's going to be a lot of fun and just be around every day. So I'm excited about that, but we've got a lot of work to do over the next 12 practices.
How challenging is it to keep the team grounded and make them realize that they've got to work just as hard as they did last year to get back to where they got?
Well, not real hard. Pain is a great motivating factor, and there's still a lot of pain, floating around in this group because we didn't get it done. We didn't finish like we wanted to. Yeah, we had a great year, but we didn't finish like we wanted to. We finished with some regrets, and we don't want to do that. So it hasn't been real hard at all. These guys are highly motivated, individuals, and we got a highly motivated staff. So that's a good combination.
How important was the bot giving the coaches the raises, and what does it say about the commitment to
well, it was much deserved. I think our staff, collectively, we're probably going to be, I don't know, 6th or 7th, and we don't know what a couple of them private schools are, but we're probably in that 6th or 7th range, and I think that these guys have earned it, and I think everybody's kind of a market of their own, and so it was great to be able to reward my staff, per the market that they're in individually, and so we've come a long way as a program, and I think today was a big day for us, and a big day for me to be able to say thank you to these guys for the job that they've done, and to continue to just build our program. It's just all part of it, and the continuity, and Clemson is a place that can compete, and we've proven that, and obviously we're still growing our program, and we're growing our revenues and things like that. We're a little different than maybe some of the other programs, but I think that we're very efficient in how we go about our business here, and but I'm very thankful to Dan and our board and our president and all the administration for the incredible support that they've given us and the resources that we have to compete on and off the field and to have a great staff, to have great facilities and so forth.
You mentioned continuity. How important is that to have such good turnover, no turnover with your staff as you're recruiting and doing all that kind of?
Well, I mean, it's, from time to time when you have a change, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it just allows you to continue to move forward when you bring new people in and things like that. But when you have transition on your staff, you want it to be for the right reasons. And I think that the continuity that we've had just speaks to the culture that we have in our program, and it speaks to the belief that our staff has in Clemson, and the product of Clemson. And so it's great.
Are there any players that have really stood out to you this first week?
All of them. I mean, I'm not displeased with any of them. They're all working hard. I don't have that. Like I said earlier, there's really nobody that's just under my skin right now or anything like that. I mean, we're just getting started, really. But years past, there's always been one guy or two guys that I'm ready to just rip their helmet off or something. And but that's just not been the case. We've had some mistakes, but there's just seeing how they respond, the coachability. Some aren't as good as I wish they were right now, or maybe don't know as much as I wish they knew right now. But that'll come if we can just continue to get the type of effort that we're demanding.
For Mitch to contribute much as he did last year, and then Jake and Taylor to be groomed as soon as they have been. You've said so many great things about this particular crop of young offensive linemen. What did they need to be able to succeed at that position as freshmen?
About Jake and Mitch? Well, they had to have
and Taylor Hearn as well.
They had to have a desire to get it done. First of all, they had to have a work ethic and a desire to learn what to do, to pay the price in the off season in the summer, and they certainly had that. And then I think the type of programs that they came from, especially Mitch and Jake coming in as true freshmen, just speaks to how they were coached in high school, and it's just, I still can't believe Mitch Hyatt did what he did last year. It's just amazing. I've never been around that, and but here's a kid that has been groomed to be a left tackle his whole life. Same thing with Jake. He's been groomed to be an offensive lineman his whole life, and very smart, good football foundations. Both had different strengths and weaknesses as far as what they had to do to get better, but toughness and a drive and a want to, and just a focus. So those two young men certainly brought that, and that's what gave them a chance to be successful last year.
Tag it off of that. Each year you pick a different personnel group that you think someone might be calling a weakness, and you turn it into a strength, and by the end of the season you've been proven right. This year, what position group is that going to be?
I'm not ready for that yet. I don't know yet. I mean, we got a lot of water to get on the bridge before I can really kind of jump out there and make that type of assessment. But I will say this: I think we're going to have great leadership at every position, and I mean every position, and that's something I'm really excited about. I think we're going to have outstanding leadership everywhere, and that's going to really bode well for us. Got talent at every position, got a little more experience at some than others, but overall, when we get everybody in here this summer, and we kind of get everybody in the right spot, and that's part of what spring's about too, is just getting everybody in the right place and figuring some things out as coaches. But when we get it all put together with some of these other guys that are coming in here this summer, and I get a chance to really watch them a little bit more, I think, especially through spring, I think I'll be able to better answer that. Just like last spring, I felt like, I think, our offensive line is going to be a little better than people think. Just what I was seeing on the practice field.
Right.
And so we'll keep watching them right now, though.
I think off the continuity question, Brent's been unabashedly clear about his desire to be here, and the whole head coaching thing might not be all it's cracked up to be in the business. I mean, how has it been easy to keep him, or is he just?
It's been easy. He loves it here, and he loves what he does. He's great at what he does. I think he'd be a great head coach. lot of people missing the boat out there to me, you know, but he's not going to he has no desire to just be a head coach. You know, he wants to be a head coach that has a chance to win. So, you know, Brent likes to win, like all of us, and you know, I think he's had plenty of friends that have gone on and taken some jobs that have really had a hard time, and they're not any less coach. It's just you got to have a lot of things line up. I mean, you got to have a committed university and resources and the ability to recruit and you know, put a staff together the way you want and all those type of things. So you know, I mean, we're fortunate to have him. He does a phenomenal job. To me, there's none better out there, and but I mean, I think he'd be a great head coach. But again, I don't think he's in a hurry to go be a head coach unless it's a place that kind of meets all the qualities, and he's in a position that he can kind of afford to do that. So I think that's a win-win for everybody.
There been any injury issues this first week?
No, Caleb Chalmers kind of separated his shoulder the other day, popped it back in, but he was a little limited, being a little limited for a few days, but he should be back soon.